You're right, let's do it. It's Grandaddy Dirtbox. I've been gone for a bit. I've been gone. You've been missing me. You've been missing your favourite Grandaddy of all time. Grandaddy, well, let me get those on. Grandaddy Dirtbox, and I'm back again. I kept you waiting for a good long bit, didn't I? You know, I said Happy Easter. I said all I wanted to say for a bit. I gotta be honest, I wanted to take a break from making videos. I just couldn't be bothered. I wanted to take a break, man. So I took a holiday. I took about a week off. Now, I've been up to a lot. A lot's happened in the last week with me. How are you doing? You're right. You've been holding it together. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've been piecing it all together and working it all out, what you're here for, man. Walk with Jesus. Put your trust and faith in the big man and you're good to go. Now, where have I been? I'm going to call this video Chickencraft. That's what I'm calling it. I've got to do that. Now, excuse me if I'm waffling. I haven't spoken to hardly anyone for a week. Me and Coco Latrine, we're gassing all the time, but, you know, I haven't really gone off on her waffle. She wouldn't want to hear it. She doesn't want to hear about Tolkien all day. Now, God bless her, she listens, but I know. When I'm talking about Frodo and that ring, she knows she gets bored pretty quick. Obviously, I mean, I'm not the best storyteller in the world. You know I'm not, but I do my best. I get on here and I try, I just say hello. I do what I can do. And I do it for you, but I do it for me too. So I haven't talked for a good long bit, so I'm going to waffle. I'm going on already about Frodo and the ring. Yeah, I've been reading that, man. Nearly finished, nearly done with that. I am not reading the appendices at the back. I can't wait to finish that book, man. It's one of those with that book. You ever read it, J.R.R. Tolkien? The Lord of the Rings. Now it's 3 books. The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and The Return of the King. All put together. Big long book, 1,000 pages, man. It's doing me head in. I'm sick of talking trees. I'm sick of all the regal nonsense. I'm sick of orcs. Now, who is the Lord of the Rings? It's Tolkien. It's all of it. Is the Hobbit? Is the Hobbit that guy? And he's Gollum. He's a liar and a sneaky thief. He stole half the names and half of the stories. I'm sure he has. And it's a godless story, but it's not really. He'll tell you that, Tolkien. He'd say that to you, that there's no God in it, or there is, but they just don't talk about him. I'm telling you, man, there's a God in that. It's Sauron. It's his world. It is, and he's in charge of it, and everyone's doing his bidding. Now, who would I be in Lord of the Rings? I would be Gollum. That'd be me in that book. I'm telling you. I'd have got hold of that ring and I'd have pissed off and put it on too. And I'd have stayed away from everyone. I'm telling you, man, it cost Frodo his life, that shit. Going to the cracks of Mount Doom. Cost him his life. And again, he failed in his quest. It's Gollum that's the hero, guys. I'm telling you. He's the only one that doesn't care about bullshit. All he cares about is that ring and he don't want to do much with it. He just wants to play about in the pools and all of that. With the fish and the frogs. He just wants to be all slimy and dirty, which is what he is. But they're one. They're bound, he and the ring. He can't let go of that. Now, reading the book, it gives you nightmares, man. I'm telling you. It's took me about 7 or 8 days to read nearly 1,000 pages of it. Now they're on the walk home. I'm like, hurry up. Get it done. I don't want to hear about trees and elves. I just want it done. Now I said I was going to read it, so I'm reading it. I've read it before and I was it's a bit like the quest itself. It's exciting at times, but other times it's like, dearie me, how much more of this? Another 500 pages of nonsense, man. I think he should have got rid of that ring on the first page. That's what I'd have done. Don't tell me how it got there and all the nonsense and all the crap to say, yeah, there was this ring, it was bad. Yeah, he got rid of it. Oh, that guy him. Gollum, not Frodo. I'm telling you, I'd have made Gollum the king in that. He's the only one, really. He's kind of pure, in a way. He's pure. He only cares about that. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He doesn't want to do it. Now he's very feral. The bestiality going on in that book, man. The witchcraft, the lunacy, all those daft songs. Oh, dearie gosh, man. Dearie gosh, I've read that book a couple of times. I've done it. I'm not a right nerd. I've not read it a million times. This is my second time of reading it. The first time was about 20 years ago. And thankfully I forgot most of it other than he put the ring in at the end, man. Well, he didn't, did he, Frodo? He didn't. Now, not done a bad thing. Frodo. He would have been like Gollum. He'd have pissed off. And he'd have lived under a rock. And he'd have kept to himself. It's Gandalf that should have stayed as far away from that ring as possible. Now, if there is a god in that story, you know, that you don't hear about, someone up in the sky, the big man, in that story that's going on, did he fuck with Gandalf, man, with all his magic and his bullshit? I can't stand Gandalf, and by the end of that book, you hate him. You've got to. He's so smug, talking about himself like he's the great I am. He's like, it's a demon-infested book. How many demons did Tolkien have going off in his ears when he was at the typewriter coming up with that, man? Again, if he'd have sat down, now he mumbled like a right muppet. Gandalf. Not Gandalf, I mean, again, he is Gandalf Tolkien. There's only 1 or 2 interviews of Tolkien that exist in the world. They're on YouTube, you can listen to them. Get listening to him, Tolkien, man. He's off his head. I'm telling you, he's totally off his head. He's totally off his head. I don't know what he's doing, man, but he knows what he's doing. With all the mumbling. Listen to the mumbling going on, man. Hobbits. Gollum. It's like, come off it, man. What you doing? Whispering under his breath. He sounds like Gollum. He is Gollum. He came up with him. It's in his head. I'm telling you. Sauron's walking round. Tolkien's head must have been a nightmare to live in. You know, and more than likely a borderline personality. He'd have split. I'm telling you, there's parts of that book you're like, is this written by the same guy that was like talking about the little hobbits at the beginning? What happened to his brain? Where did he go? How depressed must he have been that day when he was walking around with all that going on in his head? The mouth of Sauron, worm tongue. I'm telling you, the witchcraft. He was totally into that Tolkien, a right wizard. I'm telling you, he's as big a wizard as Gandalf, as Saruman. He is all those people. He came up with that, man. Now, he's probably nicked a lot, like I said. Bit of a tea leaf. That's why Gollum's talking to him when he's at the typewriter. Liar, sneak thief. You stole this story. Norse mythology. He was heavily steeped in mythology, man. He was stealing and nicking from all over the place. Now, he lived just down the road from me in Brum. He did. When he moved over from South Africa as a boy, Tolkien, and he moved to the King's Heath area. I was born there. I was born in King's Heath. But again, my head was pretty messed up. But I don't know what was going through his head, Tolkien, when he was walking around, mumbling to himself, full of wickedness. I'm telling you, I would not recommend reading that book. It gives you nightmares. It's messed with my head the last week or so. Now it's got me through because I had internet addiction. I had it bad. I'm telling you, man. I was racking up the hours being on the internet day and night. I had to get off it. I was cyber stalking and all sorts, guys. It was bad. I had to come off the internet. I had to take a break. I was like, no. Too much gobbledygook. It's messing with me head, man. My brain's turning to cheese. Being on the internet all day and night, I'm like, dear we gosh. Now I'm a creative fellow. I like to make things, but I took a break. I took a breather. And I should have read the Bible. I told myself I was going to do it. I must have had a demon on the go because I ended up instead picking up The Lord of the Rings, and it's messed with my head. I've not had nightmares in years, but I'm telling you, I've had a few reading that book. I've had a few. And they tell me what I'm really scared about. What's under the surface, what's going on. I had a dream that there was some life coach, going off on one in Coco Latrine's ear saying, stay away from Grandaddy Dirtbox. And she was doing star jumps and saying, yes, yes. And this creep, who I'm not going to name because he's a real person, on the internet, on YouTube, man, giving advice. Talking about people, labelling people, but wrongly. Demon infested, a lot of them. They need an exorcism, a lot of people. They've got to get right with God. They've got to get right with Jesus. They've got to do it. But again, this guy, he was in my dream. And he was just like Wormtongue, and he was talking to Coco Latrine. And he's got to doing this and that and the other. And I'm just watching, packing my stuff. And I'm scared of that. I don't want to lose Coco Latrine. I love her. And I don't want a Wormtongue coming along. Saying you don't want to be with him. Grandaddy Dirtbox. Get with me. I don't want to wear that. I don't want to say it. I'm scared of it. And that book, it's fed into those fears. The word fear, it's on every page, I'm sure of it. Everyone's scared of everything in that book. They are. And then I had a nightmare that I was back working at Sainsbury's. I was like, dear we gosh. I don't want to be back working at Sainsbury's. But I was back there. And I was a shambles. I was a mess in this dream. I'm telling you. And I woke up, I was like, oh, okay. In that way, the book's worked its magic. It's like burrowed its way in like a maggot. And what it's brought forth is, my fears. My fears, my anxieties, what I'm worried about. Now, what I worry about changes from day to day. I split. I do have split personalities. I'm a black and white thinker about a lot of things. But knowing it, you know better, you do better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm seeing the signs. So in that way, the book's kept me going. It's kept me company. Read it every day. And I'll be pleased to put it down. I'm tired of that book, man. I don't want to hear any more about it. I fucking hate talking trees. 100 pages of talking trees. I was like, I want to rip this book up. But I persisted. Like they do on the quest. It's a bit like the quest in a way, you know, the peaks and the valleys. The troughs and the high parts. And interesting in a lot of ways. Very interesting, but at the same time, annoying. It was making me itch at the end, man. That last 100 pages, I'm like, I want to finish it. I want it done. I want to bin it. I want to burn it or something. I don't want to see it again. I don't want to hear about Tolkien. I'm going to have to cleanse myself with the Bible after that. A good, long, deep dive. I'm going to have to... Now, I was going to tuck into the Game of Thrones next, but I'm so sick of dragons and bullshitters. And knights. I'm sick of them. Dwarves, I hate them. I hate dwarves. I can't stand them, man. And elves. I would be Gollum. I'd be getting the fuck away now, Frodo. I'm saying he gave his life for it, and it was because he was a people pleaser. Only you can do it, but he was gaslit. He was bullshitted. Sam could have done it. Sam would have done it. Sam was way tougher, but again, with all the cuddling and the kissing going on. With them two. Frodo and Sam getting it on. Gollum watching. Voyeuristic. And a glutton for punishment. He could have killed Frodo along the way. He could have killed Sam. He should have done it. They're all saying, oh, don't kill him. Who are you to give life or death or take life away? All this wisdom and all this bullshit, all this nonsense. I'm telling you, if I was Gollum and they had my ring, I'd be coming for him. I'm telling you. And Sam wouldn't last too long with me. And I would feed Frodo to Shelob. I'd do it. I would do that. He died a happy death, Gollum. He died with the ring when he fell into the fire. He did. Now, there is no one in that book who is Christ-like. They're not. They're all fallible in their own way, apart from Aragorn. Strider can't do nothing wrong. Oh, how beautiful, oh, how sweet. Can go days without eating while he's on the battlefield. I'm telling you, man, it does my head in, Aragorn. And it's a book, every other page is sleep. Oh, they were so tired, all they wanted to do was eat and sleep. A proper pothead, Tolkien, that's all he wanted to do. He couldn't go 3 pages, he couldn't write 3 pages without having something to eat. And going to sleep. I'm telling you, a right fiend. And again, interesting in his way. That interview, I've heard it a few times. But I can't decipher what's being said a lot of the time. I'm like, what's he doing? I know it's witchcraft. It's all subliminal. And some dear heart. I don't know how they've done it. They've deciphered it. It's got subtitles. Someone's managed to work out kind of what he's on about, because you can't watch it without subtitles. You can't listen to Tolkien without someone writing it out what he's on about. You couldn't do it. If he was around you, Tolkien, you'd have to get away from him within about 2 minutes. You'd be like, oh, I'm tired of just laughing in the wrong place. What's he on about? I don't know what to do. I just keep giggling at his stupid Sauron, hobbits. You're like, what? Oh, dear me. Anyway, enough for Lord of the Rings, but yeah, I'd be Gollum. I would be Gollum. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be running away with the ring. You wouldn't catch me. I would not have lost it like he did. And Bilbo would have got it, the slag. I'd have found him. I'm telling you. I'd have gutted him like a pig in his bed. And I'd have had that ring back if he'd have took it off me. The liar, he is a liar. He's a bullshitter. Now the whole story's bullshit. Tolkien's made it up, it's not real. It's just what's going on in his fevered head. He's trying to make sense of it, man. He's on a different planet, Tolkien. He used to read to his kids. That's how he started with the books. He started making things up and reading bedtime stories to the kids of his own making, creepy things. Golly gosh, thank the Lord that Tolkien wasn't your dad. Hovering over you, smoking with his pipe, letting you hear the worst things, making things up, making up creeps like Gollum and Sauron, ring wraiths. Deary gosh, it's pretty sick stuff. The witchcraft, the leechcraft. There's many different kinds of craft. I was thinking the other day about Chickencraft. I'm going to call the video Chickencraft. I've already mentioned that. Did I mention it 20 minutes ago? I don't know. I'm just waffling. I'm going on. I don't know really what I'm going on about. Lord of the Rings. Don't read it. No, the films. I'm telling you, they're nightmarish in their own way. Pretty dark stuff, anything to do with that. I've got to get rid of it. I'm going to have to, man. I'm going to have to destroy it like the ring itself. Once I'm done with it. I've got about 50 pages to go and I'm so tired of it, guys. I'm pleased to just be taking a break from reading it. I want to punch it. I've never wanted to punch a book before, but I want to do it. I want to kick it. I want to tear it up. I want to shred it. I'm so tired of that book. Oh, dearie gosh. So I'm looking forward to reading the Bible. Something beautiful and sweet. And not this gobbledygook. I might read from that at some point, if I don't destroy the book first. I was going to read a couple of passages that are very interesting. Very strange what's going on in that book, man. And I think that's the world they're trying to create here on Earth, Middle Earth. It'd be full of fucking creeps like this if they had their way, the powers that be. It kind of already is. You see people who are like trolls and these high and mighty, hoity-toity types. Like the elves. Oh, look at Galadriel. A witch. You know, she needed putting to sleep, that one. She needed slapping and putting down. She was evil. They're all wicked. None of them are good, but the best of the bunch. It's gotta be Smeagol. It's gotta be Gollum. He's passionate. He found the thing he loved. More than anything else. Now, how he's lost it, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me how he lost that ring, and I don't know why they had to go on that big voyage, man. All big mouths, supposed to be keeping it quiet, but telling everyone at the same time that they've got a ring. Yeah. Pretty dark stuff. And I could do it. I could go on and on about that book and never stop. There's so much to talk about. But I can't go on about that all night. I can't do it. I'm sick of it. Oh, I hate hobbits. Oh, I'd love to slap a hobbit. They're not real, are they? I want to bring one to life and punch it. I'd be doing that. Oh, dearie me, if I wasn't Gollum, I would be an orc. I would be. I wouldn't probably be powerful enough to be a Saruman, but again, he's a hateful guy. You know, there is no one nice, but yeah, he's always irksome and annoying. But thankfully, he's not in it too much. Oh, dearie me. I've got to shut up about it. I've got to shut up about the Lord of the Rings. Oh, it's doing me head in. Well, what to talk about? Chickencraft. I was out with my boy, my grandson, the other day, Sainsbury's. Sunday, about 3:30 in the afternoon. It closes at 4. So I was like, come on with me, yeah, we're going to Sainsbury's. Buy you a couple of cookies. And I'm after a chicken. Now, I haven't got an oven. I've only got a microwave over there. And a little cheesy toaster. And a kettle. And a little fridge with a little freezer compartment. Not much going on. A little cubicle over there, a little shower. Little sink to wash me spuds in. But I've not got much else. So, I'm thinking of getting a chicken from Sainsbury's. A cooked one. I'm thinking of that. I'm thinking it's not too late to get a chicken on a Sunday from Sainsbury's. Nice and fresh and hot. And my lips I was slathering thinking about it on the walk up there. I was like, hurry up, I don't want to miss out on a chicken. I was saying to my grandson, and we went in. Oh, dear gosh, I'm angry even thinking about that. We went in, and I've darted towards the roast chicken section. I'm like, I know they're going to have some hot chicken for me. And I saw one. Sat on the counter, just one left. I was like, yes. And it was pretty quiet. And I was like, I'm getting it. Reduced price. £3. I was like, getting the last chicken. It's mine, I'm getting it. I'm like, hurry up. I'm getting angry now with the grandkid. With my grandson, I'm like, hurry up. And I darted towards this chicken. And I'm telling you, this witch came from out of nowhere, stood in front of me, and she said to the lass behind the counter, oh, is this chicken for sale, stupid cow? What a stupid question. I'm like, sure. What do you think? Of course it's for sale, man. I can tell from here it's reduced price. It's £3. I know it is. That's why they've put it on the counter. I'm like, I want it. But she got in my way. And I heard her saying, oh, reduced to £3. Oh, I think I'll have that. Oh, dear gosh, I don't want to say it. The Chickencraft on display. She stole it from me. That's thievery, that is. It's as good as that was my chicken. I had my eyes on it. Now I'm an old geezer, but I was making my way. I was like, come on. And I just missed out on it. And I was like, dear gosh. I was so looking forward to that chicken. I'm telling you, man. They're out there. These chicken thieves. Getting the last hot chicken before you can get in. Oh, gosh. I was angry. I couldn't shut up about it afterwards. My grandson, we were walking round a block on the way home and he was singing Buffalo Soldier. I was like, shut up, man. I was thinking about buffalo wings. Oh, man, I couldn't get that hot chicken off my mind. I love them. Sainsbury's rotisserie chicken's nice and hot. But I'm going to have a word with Mr. Sainsbury. I'm going to have to say this is no good. I'm coming on a Sunday afternoon, way before 4 o'clock, man. It's only 3:30, and you've given away the last chicken to a witch at a reduced price. I'll have to tell him. I'm going to have to say that's unacceptable, man. I was so after that. Anyway, I'm going to get off. I'm waffling. I'm talking a load of crap. I might come back in a bit. But be ever watchful, guys. Chickencraft on display. Blatant. In your face. Heinous acts of chickencraft going on in the world. I won't be the only one that was caught short that Sunday. In another Sainsbury's, in another town, there'd have been a guy, just like me, making his way up to the last chicken. And a witch would have stepped in and asked stupid questions. You know, gloating over her shoulder, you could hear her, you could see her smiling. Oh, dearie me. Right, I'm going to get off. I'm waffling about Lord of the Rings and chickens. Hope you're okay, kiddos. All the best. I'll get back and I'll talk about why I'd like to make some music. It's been a while. Now, when I'm not reading the Bible, I'm going to be making music and making videos. I'm staying off the internet. I'm too much of a creep on it. I go down weird rabbit holes. I'm like, this isn't good for me. Oh, my poor Brian. I'm telling you, it was turning to cheese. Cheese whiz. I had to get off. I've not been listening to so many people going on. People like me. Oh, dearie me. Right, guys, because I'm addicted to my own videos. I love me. I love watching me back. And I'll catch myself saying things or doing things. I'm like, that's very dirtboxian. Or dirtbox-esque. I think these will be terms in the future. Widely used. People will say something because they'll say, oh, that's very dirtbox-esque. That's like something, why they said. You know, but you can't. There's no replacing me. There's no copying. People try. But you can't do it. I'm the original. I'm the Don. I'm Grandaddy Dirtbox. Anyway, kiddos, I'll be back. I might play the guitar. I might do it. I might have a few little surprises up my sleeve for you. I know you've been sad with me gone away. But I'm back. Anyway, I'm going to get off and have a cup of tea. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to sit at the window and just look out. I'm always doing that. You'll always see me sat at the window looking out. I'm doing it. I'm curtain twitching. I'm keeping my beady little eye on them around here. You have to. Someone has to be keeping watch. So when I'm not doing this, I'm going to be reading the Bible or looking out the window and making sure everything's super and sweet. And that everybody's safe. They call me a little creep at the window. They point fingers, they laugh. Again, look at him at the window. He's always at the window looking out. Oh, dearie me. Maybe I should be ashamed. Maybe I should be embarrassed, but I'm not. I blatantly do it. I'm letting them know. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I'm keeping my eye on you. For your own safety. I'm doing it. So don't be looking down on me while you're looking up at me. I'm not perving, I'm not being creepy, I'm just making sure that everything's nice and sweet out there. 'Cause it's a mad world. Not quite as mad as this guy's world. But I'm telling you, if we're not careful the way we're going, it'll be like Middle Earth. And there'll be some guy going round saying how wonderful and great he is. with his one ring. I'd be showing it off. I'd probably do it. Now, if I was gone, I'll say this before I go because I'm waffling. You know, if I had to come out of hiding, yeah, I'd be showing off for the ring. And they'd come running at me, I'd be like, plop. See ya. No problems. No problems there, man. But if Tolkien, I don't know what he must have thought of God. Apparently he was a Christian fellow, but pretty dark. Took him about 15 years to write that. He'd have been at it every night, man. Every day. Golly gosh. Just completely consumed with it. He had the one ring in his head. What to do with it? Who to give it to? And in the end, he made the right decision. He gave it to Gollum. Well, Gollum took it, but Tolkien gave it to him in the story. And he was loving it. Gollum. He went to sleep with it. And he was done. No worries, no stress. Out of Tolkien's world, safe. You know, unless there were prequels. I don't think he wrote too much about Gollum other than in The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I don't want to know. I will not be reading the Silmarillion. It'll be a very sad day if I'm doing that. I'll be sat there going, what's gone wrong? I've ended up reading this, man. You don't want to be lost in Tolkien's world. Talking trees and bullshit. And witchcraft. Well, we could be in his world. Oh, it's so weird and dark. I'm going to get off. I am waffling now. Even I don't know what I'm going on about. I need a cup of tea. And I need some fresh air, so I'm going to sit at the window and I'm going to look out. So if you see me, I'll be keeping me beady little eye on you. Alright guys, I'll catch you on the next one. God bless and all the best. Ta-ta.